The NCY cam, kind of the mystery cam. Doesn't really tell a lot about it, just that it's awesome, of course. High performance camshaft for the 139 QMB. Use this when upgrading your cylinder head to get the most out of your 72 or 82 cc kit. It's got numbers. Intake 25.8 times 21, exhaust 25.5. I don't even know what that stuff means. Claims to be the camshaft to use when you use the big bore kit and the big valve head, but I'm curious if it'll do anything for a stock 49cc with a stock head. So I'm going to throw it in this 50 and see what happens.
I put the CVK back on. You're like, well, why would you do that? So I wanted to do this camshaft test on a stock 50cc and see if it makes a difference on a stock 50. So I had to remove my PWK carb because that might throw the game off, and not everyone has a PWK, but everyone comes with the CVK. The side result that'll be interesting is I told you it was so much hotter and humid here when I tested out the PWK. So remember, this CVK got 41 when I tested it when it was cold. The PWK just went out and got 42 miles an hour. So this will be cool. We'll get to see what the CVK would do on the same day, because today is just like yesterday. So it'll be the same kind of conditions. Be interesting to see how much faster that PWK is on the same day. I'm looking for a lot more out of a camshaft than just top speed. Tend to get mid-range camshafts. I enjoy them better because I can usually get top speed if I just make the RPM. If you can get a good mid-range camshaft, it'll get you there quicker. So I kind of like a camshaft for acceleration and that mid-range power. Sometimes it's tough to get over that hump and get to your high RPMs because you're not making any power down low. I'm going to do some acceleration tests on this camshaft. So we're on the side of the road, let these cars go by. We'll do a stock. That's funny. So 36 miles an hour. That means that PWK made this go 6 miles an hour faster. I had a bunch of guys tell me I was full of crap on that PWK's faster situation. On the other 50 video, it went 4 miles an hour faster with the PWK. But this son of a gun did 6 miles an hour faster. I just did 30, let me see what my top speed was. The top speed 36, I did 42 just yesterday with the PWK. If you didn't see that video, go back and watch that one. But if you did see that video, that's a big surprise. 0 to 30. 15.3, and my 8th mile was 19 seconds. So that's the area I want to speed up with that cam, is the 15.3 and the 19 seconds. Yeah, I just did another run just to make sure. Whoa, 20 seconds. Took the 15 seconds for the 0 to 30. So let's go throw the cam in and see what it does. That just shows you how much this hot weather makes a difference. Yeah, it's Florida hot today, guys. It's like, hell, it might be in the 90s. Let me see what it says on my phone. It's supposed to say somewhere. 90 degrees right now. Probably high humidity. A lot of clouds out. And 36 miles an hour on that run. With this CVK, I did 41. 5 miles an hour faster just from temperature alone. So that PWK is quite a bit better than a CVK. That's 6 miles an hour faster. And this CVK, because I know someone's going to say it in the comments, well, you got to tune it. Trust me, I've tuned this one to the hilt. I've had it apart many times. So we're going to put a cam in here and see if an NCY cam makes a difference on a bone stock 50cc. This is a 2024. It's got some crazy changes. This is the cam chain tensioner. I've never seen one like this before. It's got an O-ring sealing it, and it's just a spring. You got to take this whole thing off, where they went backwards in technology on this baby. One step backwards for mankind, one giant step backwards for me. Got to push this in, retract it. That'll do that right there. Then you can put it in your engine, and once you get it in and tight, you put the spring in, it'll self-tighten. If you try to leave this all together, this thing will self-tighten outside the motor, like this, and you'll never get it in. Luckily, that gasket didn't tear. It came off clean. Maybe it's designed to come off clean, I don't know. Another change I already saw is 10mm bolts up here instead of 12 on your rocker box and your head bolts. All right, so this is the NCY 220428-300. Out with the old, in with the new. You can see I've got my extra cable here. That's my PWK or Mikuni, maybe Nibby style cable. Let's keep it attached so I can switch carburetors. I'll find the one I want. That last carburetor, I like the PWK, but it might be too much of this bike for the in-turn. I might find a different carburetor to put on it while I keep it in 50cc mode. Something kind of between the PWK 21 and the CVK. Maybe something like a Nibby 19 would be a good carburetor. Yeah, these cams, let's talk about how they work. So obviously a cam opens and closes the valves. A performance cam, but usually a higher lift or a higher duration. So lift is how far it pushes the valve down. And if you push the valve down further, then you're going to let more air in, let more exhaust out, more flow. That's more torque. The cam also may have a longer duration. The lobe is actually a little bit fatter, so the valve stays open longer. And if it stays open longer, that's more air in, more air out, more torque, more power. The NCY cam run. I'm at 8,100 RPM, already going faster. Not that much faster, 38. So 8,500 RPM and what, 38, 37 miles an hour? I think that carburetor is just limiting us. I really do. That CVK runs so nice, but I think it's just truly a limit. Try another run here. I think I ran out of road on that last one before I hit my top speed. I'm gonna try for a better top speed here. I took a little bit longer run. Well, 38's pretty consistent there. That's a 2 mile an hour gain. That's pretty good. Changing that cam lobe, fatness and height can make the bike have more power and be faster. Then why not just do that from the get-go? Why did it even come with a normal cam and not a performance cam? The problem is that cam lobe height and thickness, so duration and lift, are only good at certain RPMs. As the engine changes RPMs, the requirements on lift and duration change over the whole spectrum of the power band. So what's good for high RPM may not be good for low RPM. And that's why you see cams have a mid-range cam, high RPM cam like your A9, or a mid-range cam like the A12. Some are designed for low torque, like for pulling boats and stuff. If you look at newer cars, they have variable cam timing, so it's like the best of both worlds. So the drawback of the cam is we want to have a high performance cam. We stab the throttle, we stick it at high RPMs. It runs great there, but the manufacturer designed it to run good at cruising RPMs. So now we don't have the good cruising RPM cam. And then you see that with the race cars, you know, they can't drive around the streets without, you know, surging. And when they idle, they have that super big lope. But because race cars have that, it makes it really cool. So I think one of the cool advantages of a performance cam is it idles like crap and it rides around slow speeds like crap because it makes it still cool. So it's a win-win on the performance cam to me.
With the stock cam, we got 36 miles an hour. Our 0 to 30 was 15.3. and the 8th mile was 19 seconds. Let's see if the cam helped us. 38 miles an hour, that's 2 miles an hour faster. Look at that, 13.9 seconds, so we'll say 14. That's a second quicker in the 0 to 30. 0.2 in the 8th. Looked like it knocked off a 10th on the 8th, 10th on the 0 to 30, and 2 miles an hour top. So if anything, the NCY cam is more of a top-end cam or high-speed cam, high RPM cam, it looks like. I was only able to get to like 8,300 RPM. I honestly think this carburetor is limiting us, and with that PWK and this cam, I think this thing would scream. I might think about getting a Nibby for this. A lot of guys like the nibbies. I see them a lot. I've never had one. I'm gonna try one. Put something on here while it's still in 49cc mode. I'm thinking like a 19 millimeter, something that will work good with the bike. That PWK I've got, it's just too big for this bike. It's actually more like a 22. It measured out at 21.8. That's a 22 millimeter. It's too much carburetor for this bike, so I'm gonna keep that till I put the big bore kit on and stuff. Carb this thing for just the 49cc and see if we can actually go faster with a smaller carb. But yeah, cam test was good. The NCY cam, I like it. It's definitely a keeper. It runs better. It sounds cooler. It runs better. Everything's good about it.